happens to our social world when we get older? Who do we choose to spend time with? How do social experiences influence the aging process? Developmentalists have thought about these questions, and so far there are three broad theories about our social lives as we age. Two of them are supported by research, and one isn't. The socio-emotional selectivity theory, which was mentioned in a previous chapter, states that older adults become more selective about their social network. They don't have much time left in life, so they begin to prioritize quality over quantity in their social networks. Researchers have found extensive support for this theory. Another theory, which was proposed way back in the 1960s, is the disengagement theory. This theory states that to cope effectively, older adults should gradually withdraw from society. You're gonna die, so you should start easing into it by lessening emotional ties with others and showing a decreased interest in society's affairs. This theory is, to put it mildly, complete bull. The only reason we even still talk about it in lifespan development classes is because it's such a reminder about the prevailing beliefs about older adults in the first half of the 20th century. We didn't know diddly squat about successful aging. This is why it's important to study human development, to counteract this level of ignorance and the bad advice and practices that would come with it. A third theory is activity theory. Activity theory states that the more active and involved older adults are, the more satisfied they will be with their lives. It's basically the exact opposite of disengagement theory, and researchers have found strong support for activity theory. Over and over again, it has been shown that a key factor in successful aging is to stay active, physically active, socially active, and mentally active. Visit with close friends, engage in hobbies, challenge yourself. Older adults who do these things are healthier, happier, more alert, and live longer. The photographer in this picture is 105 years old. There's absolutely nothing that says that you have to stop living your life just because you're getting old. In fact, the older you get, the more important it becomes to stay active in whatever way you can. Unfortunately, there are still a lot of people who hold to the beliefs about older adults that were prevalent in the early 20th century. Older adults were often perceived as incapable of thinking clearly, or too old to learn new skills, too old to be useful. Because of this, older adults are often not hired for jobs or forced into retirement just because they're 65. They also might be edged out of social life as coworkers and family members opt to not invite them to events because they've made assumptions about the person's willingness or ability to attend. The most common form of ageism is disrespect for older adults, followed by assumptions about ailments or frailty. It's not unusual for people to speak to older adults almost like they're speaking to a child in that patronizing tone that, "Hello, Mrs. Smith, how are you today?" They're not preschoolers. If you wouldn't use that tone of voice with someone your own age, don't use it with an older adult. Be cheerful and pleasant, sure, but not patronizing with that sing-song voice. Social support plays an important role for the physical and mental health of older adults. Throughout our lives, we have a network of people around us where some of us rely on them, some of them rely on us, and some rely on each other. This social system is called your social convoy. It's just the people who travel through life with you. It might be a spouse, a lifelong friend, your grown children or grandchildren. It's the people that you know and can rely on to some degree. The more socially integrated you are and the stronger your social support network is, the better off you'll be as an older adult. You'll be less likely to be institutionalized, less lonely or depressed, and have a generally higher life satisfaction. So, if you want to know the keys to successful aging, the big factors are that you want to pay attention to, the big factors you want to pay attention to are maintaining an active lifestyle, developing positive coping skills, cultivating good social relationships and support networks, and self-efficacy, which is your confidence in your ability to get something done. Remember to engage in selective optimization with compensation. You pick your battles, You optimize your choices and you compensate effectively for losses. Basically, just do whatever you can to stay active and engaged in ways that are meaningful for you. If you do these things, you will give yourself the best chance for aging successfully. Also, right, exercise, all that stuff.